Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, this is BestInSlot, and we are back working on our abandoned park with what is probably gonna be the final episode for our abandoned park before we do a tour in the next episode. We have named all of our dinosaurs. Thank you guys so much for going onto the QT and leaving your name suggestions. The Ankylodocus is of course called Dorkosaurus because that is precisely what it is. We also have Spicky Jeff, Indoms Rex, Big Mouth for the Stegoceratops. Now I believe this person was leaving multiple name suggestions for the Stegoceratops and for the Indominus Rex and other things like that. You know, Spicky Jeff for the Stegoceratops, Indominus Rex, Big Mouth. But they put it all in like one long comment and I thought it was funny. So Spicky Jeff, Indominus Rex, Big Mouth is the Stegoceratops, along with Stage Fright. Not really sure why, but cool name. And the other Indominus Rex is called Quetzalcoatl, named after the Aztec god. Glophosauruses, we have Dilly, Spitfire, which is a great name. Well done you, YouTube person. We have Pop-Tart, Roast Beef Sandwich, I don't know why we've got a whole food going on here, and Spitty McSpickface, which I should not have a thing there in Smick. There we go. Spitty McSpitface. And right, so today we're going to work on the Tyrannosaurus Rex. We need a T-Rex, of course we need a T-Rex. It's the king, the queen of the abandoned park. So what I'm thinking is we're going to do something slightly like the end of the first Jurassic World film, where the T-Rex is on this raised platform, kind of like what we did in the last park, to be honest. But the T-Rex is on this sort of raised platform, kind of surveying her entire kingdom. She's taken over, she's the queen of the park, especially now that the hybrids haven't quite broken out. I kind of got like in my head, like you remember the end of Age of Ultron, where the world kind of like, the city kind of up into the air, like gets pushed up into the air. I can't actually remember how it happens. That's the kind of vibe I'm going to be going for, like this remnant of, basically there was obviously the tectonic shift due to the earthquake, blah blah blah, that opened up the chasm, and over here, instead of shifting outwards, the plate kind of just jutted upwards from the force, and it shoved this area upwards, and that's where the T-Rex calls her home. So that's what we're going to go for. We're going to go grab ourselves a T-Rex. We are going to do at least one more episode. We need a breakout / madness episode, I think. I think we'll all agree. So we're going to grab a T-Rex. I'd like to just stick some random dinosaurs around the park. If anyone's got any dinosaurs they'd particularly like to see added to the park that haven't been added to the park yet, let me know and we'll do that. And we're going to use the new wetland pattern. What's the wetland pattern, the new one? Yeah. So any dinosaurs you want to see sort of randomly around the park, we can just dump a dinosaur here and there, and it'll make sense, right? It won't really be a big deal, so why not? I'm here to do as you ask. I'm at your mercy. Flatten! Can I flatten from there? I really wish we weren't forced into these little... Oh, it's actually okay over here. But there's these, those little inlet bits at the edge of the map. They're very annoying. Let's flatten this all nice and high up. It should feel ragged. Well, raggedness is quite a difficult thing to do in Jurassic World Evolution, unfortunately, because of how the hills work. What's going on here? Down. Let's grab the raise, push that up a little bit higher. This is weird. This is kind of a big combo of like lots of things from our last park, actually. Flatten that all the way along. And then we'll stick some stuff up here. We'll stick some, I don't know, some, we want to make like a fake exhibit, right? We want to put some shops up here, stuff like that. And then we'll turn it into her kingdom. That's the idea, anyway. Is that high enough? Yeah, I don't want it to be massive. I also want to kill some of the trees. I feel like being shoved up into the air would kill the trees off, at least a little bit. I still don't really know what to do for the next park. I think we decided on Jurassic World. I think that's the logical choice, but I'm more than open to suggestions, folks, still, so do let me know if you have anything you'd like to see in the next park. We're not going to do a rainforest park, because this park has definitely given me some trees already. I think I've had plenty. There we go. I just want that to look a little bit more... I'm not going to say natural. I'm not going to say natural. I'm not going to say natural. But natural is what I want it to look like. So we'd have a monorail track as well, right? And it would curve... Would it go over there? Would you have a monorail? I just really like the idea of the monorail coming to here and then stopping because it's been snapped off by the raising of this tectonic plate. And then you see the rest of it move up there. But you would not have a monorail from here to here because... I was going to say people aren't that lazy, but I exist and I know people are that lazy, so you would. But right, let's do a little shopping area. Maybe a hotel. A cheeky little hotel. I don't know why it's cheeky, but it is. It's cheeky. Because all the hotels are in the other place. I think you'd have some in a sort of further back location. So put that in the corner of the map. Yeah, sure. I like that. I like that. I'm really going for like a proper wild kind of little thing here. This is the T-Rex Kingdom, and that's going to be it. So next episode, what we'll do is set our dinosaur breakouts on high, we'll dump a load of Troodons and Dilophosaurus all over the park, and then I'll probably just AFK for a while and let the storms hit, and then we'll do a final tour once all the buildings have been smashed up as much as humanly possible. Sound like a plan? Sounds like a plan. Right, I'm going to just curve that. So down a bit and then curve. So that would go and join in with this bit down here, usually, but this has been wrenched upwards. So what we'll do is follow the path along, like so, and then do that. Oh, excuse me. Whew, bloody Nora. I'm definitely dying still. I've been dying for like 10 days now, though, so... Oh, we're all dying, ladies and gentlemen. Never forget. What are you obstructed by? Anyways, the point is, the path is kind of in the same place, but then this bit here is kind of like the opposite of the chasm, where nothing really gets to survive on the edge of the ridge, because it's been... You know what I mean? One thing I do want to do in the next playthrough is try to make a beach. People have been doing the beach quite a lot. They've been making it using the, I think the default path, this path. And you just kind of, you know... I mean, it's not perfect, don't get me wrong, but you kind of just do this. And you put water next to it and you cover the area in this. Maybe they don't use this. Maybe they use this one. That would probably make more sense when it is orange. So, I don't know. I don't know what people use, but people do make, like, really nice looking little beach areas. I mean, they really only look nice if you don't look at them for too long, if we're being completely honest, but they don't look bad, considering the limitations. So that might be something worth looking into, I think. So I like the idea that this is... Oh, what we could have this as, right? It's more like a little private resort. So this is only for the posh people. They get to go stay at the fancy hotel. I know it looks the same as the other hotels, but that's very much not the point. Oh, we wanted to do the pylons today as well. And they get like a private view of the T-Rex Kingdom that was nearby. And then, when it... Like, I ever think about rich people. I don't know why. When everything went to hell, when the exhibit got wretched upwards and it all went to hell, all the posher people in that hotel were trapped on this ridge with a Tyrannosaurus Rex breaking free, and it just killed all of them. That makes me happy. It doesn't make me happy. I have nothing against rich people. I have a thing against posh people. Do I have a thing against posh people? I don't bloody know. Right. So the exhibit would have to be nearby here, so like along here. You'd probably get a little bit of curve in it, a little bit of va-va-voom. Trying to impress people after all. People are impressed by va-va-voom. Ask my Stegosaurus. God, I never make Stegosaurus, do I? I never make Stegosaurus. Wow. Okay, and then... I cannot remember the last time I made a Stegosaurus. I think we're just gonna... I like the idea that maybe the exhibit survived, right? Maybe the exhibit managed to... It's you know, it's got a concrete foundation, unlike most of the others. It managed to stay together during the wrenching, as it'll be called in my novel. But this half of it broke off. I'll think of a reason eventually. I will think of a reason. Yeah, there. I mean, if it was... Would it stay, though? If the foundation was poor in the fence, right, it could theoretically stay together. If it was made to be flexible as a defense mechanism somehow? I don't bloody know. We're going to keep it up here either way, though. And the good thing about this is it means we can have the... we'd have a feeder. I'm going to put another feeder, like, by the hotel, though. We're going to have Dilophosaurus roaming around up here as well, because they are all around this area over here, doing their own thing. I really like how that looks. I think it's just the cheeky standalone hotel that I like, though. I'm not sure about this. Maybe we do like this. We kind of, like, break the exhibit in half. Have a little cheeky gate. We need a little cheeky gate. I don't think I have enough cheeky gates. I'm going to leave the cheeky gate open. Although I will say, like, loads of people really like the opening to Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and I really like the opening to Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom for atmosphere and stuff like that. I thought it was really good. The only thing that bothered me, why, when the pad, you know, the little keypad they're using to open the gate for the Mosasaurus, to let the submarine guys in, when that gets broken, why does the gate stop opening? Or it's vice versa, when they're shutting it at the end to try to keep the Mosasaurus in, the pad gets broken, right, because of the T-Rex attack, and the Mosasaurus gets out. That's how it happens. Why? That's not how it works. It doesn't need a continuous signal to open. I mean, clearly it does, but that's not how anything that opens anything has ever operated in the history of the world. If you have a garage with like a electronic gate and you click the button to open it and then smash the key, the garage is still going to open because it got the signal to open. That bugged me for some reason, but it's still a good opening. It really is. Hello, beautiful. Maybe not two Rexes. No, I think the standalone queen. I will say it's a good opening if you don't think about it too long, shall we say. Anyways, our Rex needs a name. Female names, please. She is the queen of the park. Living up here in her abandoned... let's get some trashed normal fence as well, just to the point where you can barely even tell what the exhibit looks like anymore because it's just been torn to shreds, you know? It's not bad as it is, just sometimes just have patches of fence. Like maybe there's a little something here, you don't know. Like just around here. So there's a little array of fence. That would have maybe looked like an exhibit at one point. But the hills came in, the earthquake came in, the dinosaurs have broken out, everything's gone to hell, so you can't tell anymore, basically. I think that is basically how I want it to look. I'm pretty happy with it. It does look like an abandoned, ruined park, right? Sort of. It definitely needs more destruction and smoke, but the game is not being very nice with the tornadoes, I will say. We've got a couple hanging around. Not enough. Just trying to think. We need more Dilophosaurus as well. Let's go get some more Dilophosaurus. We need some more Troodons as well. We're going to get tons of Troodons and put them all in one exhibit and then set dinosaur breakouts. I think that's going to be really cool. Let's get Alpine. I don't think we have any Alpines. I'm thinking like 40 Troodons and then we turn dinosaur breakouts on in the next episode just to see what it looks like and then to let them roam around the entire park. And hopefully our little boundary in the middle will also be broken at some point. And eventually the dinosaurs will just cover the whole thing, you know. They'll just do whatever the hell they want. They'll just own the entire park. You'll have Spinosauruses up here in the north. You'll have T-Rexes down here in the south. You'll have Troodons absolutely bloody everywhere eventually. Although they will pack, so maybe they'll relatively stay together. I think you'd have a bit of path hanging around.
Asset transportation in progress.
Asset transportation in progress. Not my best voice acting. Considering the usually very high level I, keep in my voice. I really like how this bit looks with the double concrete fence attached to the Indominus. Where have you gone, buddy? You're in there somewhere, right? Quetzalcoatl. That's a great name for an Indominus. Well said, pal. Well said. Right then. Is there anything else we want to do today? This may be a very short episode because what we've built is very simple, but I don't really want to... I think if we put too much in it, it's going to kind of ruin it, right? The whole point is to keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple, stupid. Great advice, hurts, breaks my heart every time. I don't know, I'm just trying to think, maybe we want a wet bit. This isn't wet enough. There we go, bam. Now we're getting wet enough. Maybe this bit in particular was like... just weaker to the storms? This bit has been properly hit. This hotel, the people abandoned in the hotel. Oh, I like that as an idea. A hotel, abandoned, trying to survive when there's dinosaurs everywhere. Whatever. I'm going to talk briefly about the book. I always get questions about the book, so I'm hoping if I just address it... Actually, I want to address two things, but I want to address the book. So yeah, I did write like 20,000 words of a dinosaur novel called The Crimson Jungle. Temporary name, I really don't like the name, but that was the temporary title. And I got about 20,000 words in, and it was pretty good. I will say it was probably my best writing so far. This was probably a year and a half ago now, a year ago? 2 years ago? A while ago, anyway. And I was uploading it on the channel as like an audiobook. And I don't know, I got about 20,000 words in, and I really wasn't happy with the last 2 chapters, and it depressed me to the point where I was just like, well, maybe I don't want to carry on with this anymore. And I don't mind scrapping books when they're a quarter done and stuff like that, because the point is, you get better as a writer every time you write. But I do think at some point you have to commit and actually finish writing. So, what I'm thinking is I might go back, scrap the last couple of chapters, make them a little bit more interesting, and I might bring it back to the channel, if you guys would be interested. I believe in the last video, Noah and the rest, Noah is my favourite name for a character in my book. The first book I publish or ever write, the main character will be called Noah. It's like guaranteed, basically. God knows why, it's just, yeah, it's just, I love that name. I think it's because of ER, there was a character called Noah in ER that I really liked. ER, of course, written by Michael Crichton, as it happens. So, that's cool. Let's pop all my Trodons out. Anyways, so yeah, maybe I'll do that. I think we'll go back. I remember in the last video I did, I believe they just landed in the jungle, right? There's the totem of the Tyrannosaur in the middle of the village, and they were about to head off into the Amazon. That's kind of where I lost it. I think. Maybe it's a chapter after that. Either way, I'm going to think about it, and maybe we'll go back to reading it on the channel. Oh, other thing I want to address then. I did a video yesterday. We're going to talk about this very briefly. I did a video yesterday talking about the potential for Jurassic World Evolution sequel. And people got annoyed. Oh boy, people were not happy. So I want to make a couple things clear. A, prospective sequel, long way away. B, I don't think this game is in the place where... don't get me wrong, if they announced a sequel right now for Jurassic World Evolution, I would be pissed. I really would. I would not be happy at all. Because the game needs a lot of love. It needs a lot of work. This Rex is beautiful, though. The game needs a lot of love and a lot of work. It really, really does. I would never pretend otherwise. It'd be stupid not to. I still love this game. I'm not going to apologise for liking the game. I can like something and be aware of its problems. God, that Rex is pretty. But, I mean, the sequel would be 2 years away, and it's potential, it's speculation, and people raged all the time. I really don't think I'm a fanboy of this game. I'm definitely a fan, but... I look back at my review on the game and I was quite harsh, I thought. And a lot of people thanked me for being very critical and fair. But whatever. No, I shouldn't complain. I shouldn't complain about how people react to videos. Rexy, I'm talking to YouTube. Well, you're not going to be called Rexy, you are... Name me YouTube, please. She's very sad, YouTube, that she doesn't have a name. She deserves a little bit of love. Please give her a name. There she is. This is her kingdom. I feel like I need more... I don't know. Maybe I just need like a random shop in here somewhere. Just something to make it... Okay, if you were super posh, what shop would you have? Probably the restaurant, right? I mean, I'm not going to pretend that restaurants are inherently super posh. Don't get me wrong. Wait, this is meant to be the exhibit. That's fine. I'll do like a... boundary here. And what we'll say
Delivery complete.
this is just I'll get rid of that actually.
Asset transported.
Asset transported. That's what they all say. Okay, so you can't really see that anymore. So the idea is the restaurant would be here. You'd sit down. You'd eat your what's a posh food? Let me think of a posh food that isn't caviar. It would have like flavored smoke. That's like a big thing these days, right? You know, some flavored smoke or a mist, as they like to call it, a misting of something. Maybe. You know what the quintessential, slightly upmarket restaurant, but not super upmarket restaurant starter is? Scallops with pea puree, and crispy pancetta. So that's what you're having, right? You're sitting there with your scallops, your crispy pancetta, and your pea puree, and you get to look out and see a tell you what, you get to look out and see a T-Rex, and then you walk out the door. You're all full of scallops and pancetta, and then you'd have a little walk along, look at the Rex. Maybe there's a Maybe what we can do is like a tower somewhere. I know, give me a minute. Now we'll leave that. Okay, here we go. So far, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Right. Oh, let's kill the fence, What is this? This is my Indominus Rex paddock, actually, as it happens, so... Yeah, good stuff. See it through there. And the Indominus Rex is... Oh, it's not out already. Okay, there we go. There we go. How did you survive? What? What? It went right over its face. How is it still going? Monorail died. Fume platform died. You are a tough old little cookie. I give you that much. You can't kill monorail tracks, can I? I don't believe. Oh, fossil zone. The fossil zone. Very cool. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. That's awesome looking. Seeing how all this is the thing. The game has so many great things about it. It's just lacking in so many other areas. It's really sad. I think it's sad. Don't get me wrong, I really do. But I mean, the detail here, right? Like, so the paneling, this sort of fake fossil paneling, falls off, and underneath you see the insulation and like this drywall. What do you call this stuff? Where it's like chips of wood. Is it chipboard? Do you just call it chipboard? Anyway, you can see the chipboard. You can see that. I mean, that's a really cool detail. Oh, did you die? Yeah, the arcade's dead as well. Sorry, I really like seeing the destruction up close. Little valves and stuff like that. The buildings are actually one of the best part of the game. The problem is there's a lack of variety. I want like upgrade options for the main buildings. You know, like your hotel, maybe upgrade it, give it a swimming pool, stuff like that. Come on, keep going, buddy. I shall call you Hurricane, or Twister, Tornado? I shall call you Agatha. This one's already dead, I didn't realise. Come on, Agatha. I think Agatha's done. Yep, Agatha's finished. Right. So. I mean, that's pretty baller, right? The light, Mount Sibo in the background, the smoke pluming off in the distance from the destroyed hotel, the broken monorail. Gonna get a slightly better shot. This is my problem. I would love to make that the thumbnail. I think that's a... Oh, God. That might have to be a thumbnail. It might. I just wish her face was a little bit more lit up, you know? Now, raw. Just raw. Please, raw. No! Come on, YouTube. That'll do. It's not quite as good anymore, though. I just wanted a raw. I just wanted that proper Jurassic World moment where she's roaring and staring over the destroyed park. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I don't really have anything else to add, folks. We are basically done with the actual builds, so what I might do is just sit and let it rot for a little bit, basically. Did I shoot all my Troodons, by the way? Oh, right, they're all ready. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll do one more episode. We'll do our dinosaur breakout episode. I'm probably just going to let it sit here for like 5 hours or something. I might just tab out and leave it to do something for like 5 hours. Come back and see what it looks like. That would be pretty cool. And So we'll come back, hopefully have lots of destroyed buildings, we'll pop loads of Troodons in there, pop a few more Dilophosauruses in there, and turn on dinosaur breakouts to high, even though it probably won't matter by that point, and just kind of see what happens and just kind of enjoy being in the park, and then at the end we'll do a tour. And I think for the tour this time, somebody suggested it, I thought it was a cool idea. Instead of using the Jeep, we'll do a helicopter tour, because that's how you would explore, right? Let's say this park has been abandoned for 5 years or something, right? The power is still flickering on now and again, because it's generated by other sources, but there's a little bit of power, but you wouldn't drive around in a Jeep. You'd approach in a helicopter and do like a survey from the sky. So that's what we'll do. We'll act, we're reviewing this abandoned park and seeing if it maybe can be salvaged, what dinosaurs have survived years later, stuff like that. That is a really cool idea. We're going to do some roleplay. I'm going to take off my robe and wizard hat. Thank you so much for joining me, ladies and gentlemen, to the end, as per usual. No matter what happens, there's a gaggle of you at home who are lovely, lovely people. And I really appreciate every single one of you who are watching the video by this point in time. Yeah, alright, I'm gonna go. Right, thank you for joining me. Cheers, much love. If you did like this video and you do like this content, then please do hit the like button. It really helps me out, and it just makes me feel good and wholesome. Cheers, much love as always. Bye-bye. Hey folks, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want to help support me a little bit more, you can do so at patreon.com/BestInSlot. There's a link in the description down below. Every little really does help in times like these, but it's not at all expected, and by just watching the video you've already helped me out massively, and it makes you a pretty cool person, so well done you. Thanks for joining me either way, I'll see you next time.